So UC has started again, and since the Chronicler podcast is gone, it ceased to exist. Today I'm accompanied by Depra in discussing a bit our thoughts about how the Super League will go. And yeah, hello Depra.
Hello, I'm a bit of a budget replacement.
I wouldn't say that.
There was some good names on that podcast. Like, you had like Vlada on before, Wilkie, right?
Oh yeah, good names and Vlada.
Aww. Vlada's been great. Come on, he's a fellow countryman.
Yeah,
Be nice to
he's
him.
a good one. Yeah, he is. But yeah. So, you see, both of us have made it.
Yeah, just about.
One more expensive than the other.
Oh my god, yeah. Your path there was Emperor 3 times, right?
Yeah, we faced N3 3 times and it's 3 easy 80Ks.
I'm very jealous. Literally the only alliance we lost to, we're probably gonna face again twice, and I'm horrified. Yeah, I'm gonna have PTSD of them for a long time. I think.
Yeah.
It's not a fun time. Don't like this bracket. The thing with us two is we finished on the exact same points as KAC, and because they're higher power, they had the higher seed.
Oh, damn! KAC's spot would have been so much better for you.
Yeah, who do they have? It's Ash.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it is what it. I sort of played myself there because in our last match against OBV, I sent a marquee mail with like 20 minutes left, maybe 30 minutes, saying, like, apologizing for not disbanding and saying we did the maths and we thought we could go up a seed if we didn't disband. And then after the match, like, they went so deep on us, even though they had no chance of winning. And then after the match, they sent mails like, "Oh yeah, we wanted you to not get 90k because of that." So maybe I shouldn't have sent that mail. I just wanted to say sorry because it felt bad not disbanding. But
yeah, I know. It does feel bad, and we usually do as well. We didn't do it once. We didn't do it once as well this season due to the bracket thingy.
Yeah.
But then we got N3 on the last match, so it didn't really matter in the end.
It's good you got in with the 3 losses too.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? We started so high and had these 200 extra points over everybody else in the beginning of the season. Like in the initial ranking, we started with 4,200.
Oh damn, really?
While most other alliances started with 4,000.
Why even is that?
I don't know. But that in the end kind of saved our ass. Or well, it probably would have been a different season.
Yeah, because it gave you M3O first too, which
exactly
isn't necessarily a good
start with N3O, then we met them in the middle, and then we ended it with N3O again.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, anyway, should we get into the brackets then?
Yes. So the first match would be FDH against Tough, who made the UC debut. Actually, it's the first time in UC.
Yeah, they brought in a few accounts from Mad, right?
Yes. Basically, all the Mad people wanting to play Super League went to Tough.
They brought in less than I thought, though, because I was hearing a lot about this, but some accounts like Tilk's account isn't there, for example.
Tilk went to A-League, I think. But I also think that if you check the member list now, it's the one they have at the moment, and not the one they had in the last match, because I don't see any of the accounts from Mad in there. So I hope that they fix that, and the people get added to the roster.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I think either way, they can't really compete with FDH, right?
No, they won't be able to compete with FDH. FDH can rally out Diver if they get him somewhere, and everybody else as well for the meta.
FDH's roster is probably like stronger than ever, right? Because of the CTP people they brought in. They also bought that I think the EK account.
Yes, that's the EK account.
So they have a very, very strong group there.
I wonder if they were stronger last season, though.
Yeah, maybe with
With
the
Odin
OGS
and
people.
the OGS people.
Yeah.
Might have been a bit stronger then. But they do have a strong roster.
Either way, it will be too much for tough, for sure.
Yes, that's for sure.
And then we have us and NW1. I guess I should probably leave this one, right?
Yeah.
So, the way these matches went, in the first one, we thought it would be like totally 50-50. And to be like, we are very closely matched in terms of alliances. I think they have slightly bigger rally leads, especially on the top end with Odin and Kiss of Death specifically.
Yes.
Like Kiss of Death is like a starred Night King, which surprised
I saw
me.
that as well.
Yeah, it's really big. But the thing with them is this guy called Lolly Ed. He does not lose races, and it makes it so hard to play into them. I think he won like 20. I think in their last match against FDH he lost Castly, or at least that's what I heard. But other than that, I think he won 23 out of 24 races in the entire season.
Damn.
He won.
That's impressive.
He won Mother, Enemy Port, Casterly, Stronghold against what was it? I think OBV, us, BDR, OBV, us, or something like that.
Yes.
And then 3 of them against FDH as well. So for us to beat them, we need everything to go perfectly.
Yeah.
Because we have to get our strongest accounts into buildings, or we just cannot hold them at all. We probably won't be able to hold it anyway. We at least need like the first capture point swing. But judging off the regular season, I'm not sure that's going to happen. We'll try. We will try, but I think the safest bet is NW1, just because we have played them twice and we've lost twice in a row.
And they also got CZKU to join the roster for UC as well.
I think he's locked. He's UC locked to ATD still.
No.
That is what I hear from them.
Well,
if you look at ATD's last match, he's 14th in elimination points still.
oh, okay.
So I'm pretty sure he's not in NW1
Yeah, never
for
mind
UC.
then.
But yeah, if they had him, that we'd have no chance.
True.
I think we have a very small chance right now.
Yeah. Basically, you need all the stars to align, and then you also need to play it absolutely perfectly.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you have a chance.
But they're definitely the safe bet if you're making predictions.
Yep, I'd agree with that. Then the next match is basically a no-brainer as well, I'd say.
Yeah.
N3O against DPS. DPS making their first appearance as well, I believe. But yeah, they're no match for N3O.
I saw that. Did they get a lot of accounts in for UC? Because they got 96 participants in their last match.
They only had around the 80s before, and now 96 in the last one, so I assume they got a few accounts in.
It's just that power like barely moved.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe just more of their players.
Yeah, 96 in is very impressive.
Yes, for a 50 billion alliance, that's quite decent.
Against M3O it won't matter, but I think in
Yes.
the losers bracket in round 2, I think that might come into play.
That probably will make the difference.
Yeah. I've been I'm not sure if disappointed is the right word, but I sort of expected higher from M3O this season. Maybe I'm just underestimating BDR, but I feel like BDR stayed pretty much the same, and M3O brought in so many accounts, but they still lost twice against them.
So, if you look at both of the matches, are fairly close, right?
Yeah.
So, they can go either way still.
I think BDR won most of the races, so it definitely can swing M3O's way if that changes.
True. Yeah, I get your point. BDR didn't improve that much banner-wise. while in 3.0 got the Anubis account, the Dev2 account, and then a few of the banners from Matt's UC roster from last season.
Yeah, like Phil, they got the biggest CTP banners too, like Queen of Sin and James Delaney, Strike.
And Wilkie.
Yeah, Wilkie.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I feel like they can go far into the season, into the UC season, but they maybe they're gonna choke again against one of the other top alliances.
Yeah, they're like, even though they have the strong accounts, they don't have the unkickable accounts, I guess. So they're another one that has to play perfectly to get wins over these other top alliances.
Yeah. Yep.
It's very thin margins.
Yeah, definitely. Then the one afterwards, WTP against VLB.
Same thing,
should
right?
Be a no-brainer as well.
Yeah. WTP, too strong.
Yep. No matter the time slot, I think.
WLB did really well even getting in. Like beating GCM in that last match.
That was a very close match.
Yeah.
Well, by the looks of it. They do have a few strong accounts. Like they can hold their ground against these other alliances in their BR range.
Yeah.
But then as soon as you get to strong alliances, the 70-80 participation is just breaking their neck.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think we can skip the next one as well. ATD against 9mm.
Yeah.
If it's so crazy this UC season though. How many 50 billion alliances made it in?
Yeah, it's the 6-match seasons. It's just so much variation.
Yeah.
I'm like you saw. I'm pretty sure like KAC. No, not KAC. Like was it WTP then? Yeah, changing time slot just because they could have missed UC if they kept playing 1300.
Yeah, it's just because they meet ATD every second match.
Yeah, it's a very weird system you have to play around when that's the case.
Yeah.
A lot of these first round matchups are just no-brainers, right?
Yep.
Next up, Ash have no chance again.
Yep.
Just be
Unless,
KC.
I mean, KC won't pick 1900 in the time slot decision, right? So they won't play 1900, so none of these alliances will probably stand a chance against them.
Yeah, that's true.
The one afterwards is a no-brainer as well, I'm afraid. We won't stand a chance against BDR. It's probably just going to be another cheap match for us. I'm sorry, Deborah.
Well, you'll definitely burn speeds in that second round. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, we will.
I imagine we both think the same on this last one too, right?
Yeah, we're gonna give it to TBE over SPL.
Yeah, SPL I always feel like are underrated, though. They never get spoken about that highly. I just think because they're so insulated in their like social circles, because they're only Polish players. But whenever you play them in events, they're always so...
Yeah, they always get a high 90 numbers, right?
Yeah, and they're always really coordinated and go all in with speed ups, and they're always really hard to beat. They'll never let you beat them cheaply unless you're...
Like, you may beat them convincingly, but it will never be cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for SPL, to be honest.
Oh, for sure. They seem like a very good event alliance. Always competing at the highest levels.
Yeah.
Without having the super strong accounts either. Well, they got a bit of reinforcements now with from OBV recently.
Yeah, Kara Jr. came over, right? There was a few others.
Yeah, exactly.
I think moving
definitely somebody you can't take on light. It's gonna be a good match probably for TBE there.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one to watch probably.
Probably.
That might be the most competitive in this first round.
Well, NTU and NW1 probably. depending how the match goes.
Yeah. In this first round, at least, if we lose all the races, I think we're just not even gonna bother using speed ups because we'll just.
Fair point.
Even
Yeah.
if we win in the second round, we will just match them again in the third round. So we might as well just save speeds and just go all out on that match.
Yeah, that's a fair point, actually.
But if we do win at least a few races in the first one, we will probably go all out.
Well, interesting to see. The problem is that all of us play at the same time slot, so we can't really watch what the other alliances are doing.
Yeah.
We'll all play 1900. But, yeah. Then, let's move on to round 2, I guess.
Yeah, I think it gets much more interesting past
For
this
sure.
point. The first round's always a lot of very easy decisions.
Yep. So, the first match of round 2 would be FDH against NW1. They already met this season, arguably at the 7 AM time slot.
I think Odin didn't wake up, right, for this one? At least that's what I heard.
Seems like it.
I'm pretty sure that's what I heard. I'm not sure it would make a difference, though.
I don't think it would make much difference. I saw reports of Alticio just soloing people with 2 million
He
bows.
soloed Kiss of Death, right? And was winning against him.
Yeah, full bows.
That is ridiculous, because Kiss of Death is ridiculously strong.
Yeah.
He's bigger than any rally lead in Reese, for sure.
Yeah, so... and Alticio just... I swear, bows are just so strong at the moment. It's insane.
Oh yeah, FDH have tons of them. We matched them in the last KVK, and all those K20 FDH guys are all full bow. All full bow, like
God.
bow health, bow attack on refinement. They're all in on it. It's ridiculous.
God. I can't let our bow guys hear about running bow health and refinement.
That Altizio rallied like a 1 bill guy of ours with just a 6.2 million like full tier 4 bow rally, and it killed like 5 mil troops.
Oh,
Yeah.
ouch. I'm getting wrecked by bows. That hurts twice as much, I feel like. But yeah, I don't think NW1 stand a chance even at full strength. It probably will be a bit closer, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, again, I'd expect NW1 to win like every race, so
Yeah.
if they can swap Odin into Castley, they can maybe try and hold there for a bit, but I'm not even sure it's worth trying to sustain reinforcements to that, because you just won't be able to hold anywhere else.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, FDH for me there too.
Now it gets already quite interesting as well.
Yeah, I'm very torn on this one, to be honest.
Same. I feel like it depends so much on the time slot. Like last UC season, when N3O went up against, I think it was CAC after they kicked us out. No, it was WTP. It's so weird. They play at time slots. When N3O plays a time slot, it doesn't favor them. Like not at 19 or 2200.
Yeah.
They seem to not have the same motivation to show up as they do in the other matches, which I can understand, but I feel like it depends so much in this match on what time slot will be played.
I think this one will be on a Saturday too, so people can
do
silly alarm stuff for that.
So it would probably be played at like 1 AM, I suppose.
1 AM is what makes most sense.
1300. I really don't know what to go with.
I think WTP have the stronger accounts of a top end, right? But I think M3 are deeper. Am I wrong to think that? They're definitely more coordinated, right?
Yes, for sure.
I don't think there's a question about
timing
that.
And everything. Yep. I feel like WTP does have a lot of rallies as well, but I'm not sure if they can compete with... I feel like N3O can rally all of them out except the max accounts. and they will try rallying them even them out, and they will do if the reinforcements aren't on point. But
yeah, I think I'd give it to M3O, but I do think it will be a bad time slot for both of them.
probably, yeah.
But I trust M3O's coordination a bit more than WTP's strength of accounts.
I'd agree with that.
They can both beat each other though, it could definitely go either way.
Yep, for sure. For sure. Right. Next one is kind of a no-brainer because we had that match a few times already in the regular season.
Yeah.
They faced twice, ATD, 80 to 90k them twice.
Yeah.
So it should just be the same thing again.
I made a video on this, on like where I thought the alliances were like, ranked up against each other during the season, and I think seeing how easily ATD were kicking out accounts like Peace Down and Clarasima was just terrifying.
Yeah.
I'm not sure anyone can possibly hold against their rallies. Because if you just look through their roster, especially their UC roster, because they brought in like Sung Nam and accounts like that, right?
Yeah, they got a few more reinforcements from the Koreans.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure an account like GSW is like in the late teens in terms of their top rally leaders.
Yes,
Which
he might be one of the leads that gets swapped out of buildings.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. And KC maybe have, what, like 6 accounts like that at this point? They have a lot, but I'm not sure how deep it really goes in terms of the like max ones. Maybe I'm wrong in that.
I think they have like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely out-bannered. And if the rallies from ATD hit in a well-timed meta, there's no defending against them.
Well, KSC's thing, right, is just like hard rushing the unbeatable accounts into locations. Like Peace Down will just rush their port and just hold it. But you do that against ATD, you just get booted out immediately. Yeah. So I don't think they have a win condition there. I don't think anyone will against ATD.
Yep, I'd agree on that. Straight after, there's another easy to decide match with BDR against TBE.
Yeah, BDR are maybe one of those that have brought in the most recruits for UC too.
I mean, I can't really check now because it seems to. Some seem to be buggy, some UC rosters, some aren't. I don't know. That's many zeros in the last match.
Yeah. But you can see a lot of new names there, like Mr. Shelby and Your Nightmare, Kate.
Yes.
Those are some really, really strong accounts. Maybe not.
Damn. I think this is the first time I see Cake in a different alliance in WoW.
Yeah?
I think so. I'm not sure.
They got Chipamaru in too, what they did last time.
Oh yeah, the KUM crew as well.
Yeah.
As we expected. But yeah, they stacked up pretty well. Damn, I didn't even see that Cake joined them.
So I think BDR were already like the second best alliance out there probably. They proved that by being M3O twice and then improving their roster so much. I don't think anyone but ATD will be able to beat them.
Yeah, I would agree.
And then we have us again, Tough Reese.
Yes.
So
I'll let you lead on this again.
So TBE beat them by 80k and we beat TBE. So I'm sort of fight mapping that as we should be favourites over them. But they definitely have win conditions. Like if they get Diverum, Titanic into buildings, we might just be fucked.
That's the thing, right? I think Titanic is kickable for you guys.
Yeah? I'm not sure where their stats are at, to be fair.
And like every account is kickable, right? It just depends on the reinforcements.
Yeah.
And if I look at Tufts' season, they were really untested.
Yeah, from what I
Right.
hear, they're like the mad people joined, and then Psychoral was shot calling for them in that last match.
Oh, okay.
So I think they're using like totally different systems
Yeah.
from the rest of the season.
I mean, if TBE ATK'd them, right, then you should do something similar to that. I would
Yeah,
assume.
I think that's the safe bet, but I do think they have paths to victory in that too.
Well, yeah, of course. It's always possible, but yeah, I'd favor you guys,
Yeah,
to be honest. Even though I got many friends in tough, but I'm sorry. Yeah.
yeah. I think it's gotta be us favored.
Yes, I would agree.
And then this
All
one's
right.
the one we were talking about DPS before, right? And maybe
Yes,
their numbers
exactly.
would give them the edge. I honestly don't know much about either of these guys.
I'm a bit familiar with both of them.
Yeah?
They already met once before in the season, and it was fairly close.
Oh yeah.
But
That's really
DPS
close.
now, yeah, exactly. But DPS played that with 83, right? In the last match, they have 96. So if they get that participation consistently and against VLB as well, they should be able to win it again.
Yeah, 17 participants advantage is huge if they can get
Yes.
that, which is what it would be in both their last matches.
Yep. And if you look the last match they did, the elimination points speak a clear language as well. Like VLB did a lot.
God, yeah. They went hard.
It's the same in our match against VLB, right? Cool Eyes was just soloing every structure that he could and everything. So
Is he not broke yet?
I don't know.
There's so many
guess not.
elimination healing points every single time.
Yeah, it's a bit insane.
Yeah, maybe he's just ran out at this point.
I mean, you'd think, right? But then maybe they just restock between every match again.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, the elimination, I didn't even see the GCM elimination one. Like, holy shit. It's like 3 times as much as the highest one from GCM. Jesus.
Yeah.
Makes me a bit hesitant now if he goes that crazy against DPS.
Yeah, is he big enough to just like one man win it for them though?
I don't think so, no. DPS got quite a few decent accounts as well now. Did they had in that match back then as well? Oh yeah, they did. The Coiner account is the old Metaxa account from NW1. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Oh damn, yeah. That's a really good account.
Yeah, it is. It's a really good account. So they do have the accounts as well. It's actually going to be probably one of the best matches, I feel like, of the season.
It will definitely be very competitive. I think I'll edge DPS just from participants, but that could definitely go either way.
That as well, I think. Then 9mm against Ash.
Pretty simple, right?
Yeah, I think so. Ash's been a bit disappointing, I feel like, this season.
Yeah, they've been having
a bit of a hiccups, like also participation-wise.
Yeah, they've been a downward trend for that for a while. I know Your Grain quit
Yeah, true.
at like the start of last season, so they're just hanging on a bit, but 9mm shouldn't have the accounts to really compete with them.
Yeah, they won't be able to kick Barrack out or Bardock.
Yeah.
Probably won't kick out Vels either. Yeah. Give it to Ash as well.
Alright,
And the last match of the second round.
I thought it would be TBE here for some reason when I spoke about it earlier.
Maybe did you work with the unfixed one, or?
I don't know. I think I was just being stupid. That's what I normally do.
Fair point. But yeah, us against SPL. With TBE and us being fairly equal.
Yeah, I think you take it for pretty similar reasons. You just
yes, exactly.
have a bit stronger accounts on the top end, but then that TBE and U match will be very, very fun in this third round. I think.
Oh yeah.
I guess in the third round, Fast NW1 we've already gone over.
Yep.
It before you just have to edge NW1, but
yep.
If we get to this point, we'd probably be ever so slightly more likely to win than the first round, just because we'd be prepared to go deeper into speed ups there, but I'm not sure if it would matter.
Of course. Well, we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, we'll do our best. I'm just not sure if our best will be enough.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Then WTP against DPS, basically a no-brainer as well.
Yeah, DPS, no chance.
Yep. And then the KC Ash rematch from the first round.
Yeah, easy KC.
Yep. Now it gets interesting. I'm slightly biased for obvious reasons.
Yeah, just a bit.
But I'd say this will be such a coin flip game. Like, it can go either way.
I thought you were gonna be a bit stronger if you were saying you were biased. I think even they'd agree to that, wouldn't they? Or do you think they'll take it easily?
Well, I won't say that we'll take it easily, because that would be pretty unrealistic, but I feel like our alliances are almost at an equal strength at this point. So, really looking forward to that match. It's gonna be a fun one.
I think that they might have a slight edge personally in terms of rally leads, at least depth of it, because of their merge.
Could be.
They do have like a deep group, but it is close still.
Do.
And in this matchup specifically, I think they across the season have been bled of heals a lot. I think I remember someone in my alliance watching our match against them because Bolts uploaded like the full hour of it, and they counted, and he used I think 180 days speed ups on the Dracula Mike account against us.
Yeah.
And your matches, you haven't had anything close to needing that sort of stuff, right?
I think I used 180 days in total, maybe, including the alliance heals.
So I think you'll be able to go a lot deeper than they will, but it is a lot of time between them, so I'm not sure how much of an effect that will actually have.
Well, yeah, we'll see. But it's definitely going to be a fun and competitive match.
I'd be shocked if it's more than 10k in it. Yeah, I think it has to be really, really close.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Especially because it's losers go home at this point.
Yes.
It's not like there's you can go up to the winners bracket and face each other later.
Yep, exactly. But due to me being slightly biased, I'd obviously go with us.
I think I'd slightly favour TBE.
Alright. I'll keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
But you can definitely beat each other.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's gonna depend quite a bit on races as well.
Yeah,
I feel like. But each of us can kick the other one out, each out of the other side.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything in TBE you wouldn't be able to knock out.
No, I think we can kick everybody out in TBE.
I think you got...
And I think they can kick all of us out as well.
Yeah, I saw you brought in a Goran, right? Is he
Yes.
is he your strongest account? Is he bigger than you?
I think we're actually fairly close. I have a bit of edge due to a bigger rally size, but
Okay. So you think you're bigger, but you don't want to emasculate him.
yes.
But that's a nice pickup because I don't think they brought anyone in, right?
No, I don't think they did. I think they had plans of a group of people to join them, but then they decided against it. But if you look at the roster, I don't see anybody new in there.
Yeah, I don't either. Not rally leads, at least.
I mean, which is great as well, right? If you're that well positioned that you don't need to bring people in. If that was the reason in the end.
Yeah, of course. If it was mega whales that are just unkickable from buildings, sure, but
Yeah.
just average rally leads or reinforcers don't make much of a difference when you're that in that good a spot already.
Yep.
I think that's probably my most anticipated matchup of any of these.
Yeah, probably.
I think that'll be the funnest match of all of them.
Could very well be. Yeah. Alright, so we get back to a bit more interesting match. FDH against N3O.
I think this is another really, really close one, actually.
Yes.
I think either of them can beat each other.
It's such a hard decision as well.
It's annoying because you just don't know what FDH are.
Yeah,
Because they just don't play anyone.
that's the thing. Like, they always play at the 1 a.m. time slot, and now HD went to challenge him in the last match, but then they moved to the 7 a.m. slot.
Yeah.
So really don't really know. I feel like N3O does have the strong accounts, but unless they get swapped in, these strong accounts don't really end up in buildings that often.
Yeah.
And most of the other ones, I feel like almost can get soloed out by Altizio.
Yeah, accounts like I Am No One. If Kiss of Death is getting soloed of 5.5 mil rally size and like 900% total attack,
Yeah.
then their lower rally leads in M3O I think would get soloed. Which is ridiculous to say, but
Next season, everybody just plays full bows.
I think it might happen the way it's going, to be honest. Because it's GB too, right? So we might just have people spec'd into bows because of that. And like I said, Altizio was already leading full bow rallies.
Yeah. That's going to be an interesting match.
Yeah.
I really don't know who to give the edge to.
FDH has a time slot priority too.
Also, they probably would play at 22 or 1 a.m. If N3O picks 1 a.m.,
yeah.
that would be their downfall in this match, I feel like.
I think M3O's third slot will be either 1 a.m. or 1300. But because of it being FDH, I think they have to do 1300. Because they have a lot of
That's
European
the problem,
players.
right? If they pick 1300, then they meet WTP at 1300.
True, yeah. Yeah, they're in a difficult
That's a bit
spot
of a
there.
tough decision. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think that will have a lot of variation there for M3O.
They have another week now to decide on what to do.
I think I'd slightly edge M3O. I'm also kind of biased them just because I have friends in there, like with Queenie and people like that. Because a lot of them have joined Reese and they've been in our Discord. Like even James, because he plays Queen's account sometimes, or like just claims gifts, so he's there to talk to. I don't really have people I talk to in FDH, so maybe this is me just sort of rooting for M3O a bit there.
Definitely it's going to be a close match, and then at that point I feel like the better coordination in 3-0 side might give them the edge over FDH.
Yeah. If I didn't see that report of Altizio winning solos against Kiss of Death, I'd be 100% M3O, but that really throws me off.
I only saw others. Damn, he soloed Kiss. Oh, Jesus. That's scary, man.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Kiss of Death against me had he had over 900% total attack, and I have over 100% total attack reduction in refinement. So with a 5.5 morale size. So he is huge. And he's getting soloed out.
Yeah, it's insanity with them both.
Yeah. But I think Embryo for me. Just ever so slightly. Just because of the coordination.
Yeah, I'll go with that one. Then NTD against BDR. I think BDR will boycott this match.
Yeah?
I think so.
I think they did something similar against Run before, right? Where they just boycotted and then went hard in the final.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you plan on meeting them in the final anyway,
Yeah.
which I assume will be the plan of BDR,
Yeah.
then what's the point in going all out in round 4 already?
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that happening. I think either way ATD would win, but
Yeah, same.
that does seem quite likely, especially because they did it before with Run. And ATD is it's just the new Run, right? The Mega Whale Sanctuary.
Yeah, basically you could say that. But it's even bigger than Run was at its peak at this point.
Yeah, especially because just how power creep the top accounts are now of the 4-star Bailishes and stuff like that. They're just totally uncontestable.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's madness. Then NW1 against WTP.
I think it has to be WTP as your pick, but I think NW1 will think they can win that, honestly.
I mean, I think they can win it as well.
It's just they're so fast. Unless you play them, I don't think you understand. It's just impossible to beat them in races. Impossible.
Yeah, and if they win the races in a match against WTP, right? And then they swap the people in.
Yeah.
I don't think WTP will have an easy time wearing them out.
Well, they'll get
So
Odin and Castley, and then it will be walking and Kiss of Death on the ports.
Well, they can probably rally out walking. But what I saw from WTP this is their rally timing wasn't that impressive most of the times that I saw matches of them. The rallies were a bit spread out.
Yeah.
Giving people plenty of time to get the reinforcements in.
Yeah, and for NW1's timing is perfect. They'll probably be able to knock most outside of the CCCPC and Savo account sorts.
Maybe they can even kick them out if the reinforcements aren't perfect.
Maybe. They'd probably look for other options if they had a choice.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah.
If they get Odin onto Castley and then can just hold that and then just swap, just trade other buildings for 40 minutes, they do have a path to victory, I think.
Yeah, I would agree.
But WTP I still think has to be the pick, just because they're ridiculously strong. They have a lot of guaranteed rally wins on 99% of NW1's roster.
True.
Yeah. CCCPC, Savo account, Mia, Chaos, and God of War Love. That's 25 mil troops guaranteed to be getting kicked out every time, just without even second thought.
Yeah.
Which is quite a big deal.
Yeah, it definitely is. And those releases will probably also be timed well together because they have the same marching speed.
Yeah, and
I assume all the Mexicans should be at the same marching speed, right?
And you see, it's at the point where people just use, or those accounts at least, will just use bugles to correct stuff. They just go crazy with that stuff.
True. Alright. Then KC against HOH.
TBE for me.
Or TBE. Yeah, depending on what you picked before.
No faith in the Grom alliance over here.
Wow. I'm actually theorizing a lot of scenarios at the moment for if we meet KC and how we should play it and things.
Do you think you have a chance against them?
It depends on the time slot, right? If we meet them at 1300, no. If we meet them at another time slot, maybe?
Yeah. You'd have to
I
do
didn't see many
1
matches
a.m.
of KC this season. Like, if they win the races with the max accounts, then it's game over, right?
They're known for doing that, so...
Exactly. But... I don't know. If you... I mean, technically, you need to give it to KC. Even no matter if it's HRH or TBE. That should be the logical choice here.
Yeah, I see your point though. It's like what I was saying of NW1, where you think there's a 1% chance if everything falls into place, you could do it.
Exactly.
That would be really cool if you could, but you'd have to win every race, and then just trade locations for the rest of the match, because you're not going to be able to keep them out.
Yeah. But if you look at both ours and TBE's route until then, we only mean 1900 alliances, right?
Yeah.
So you don't need to be afraid of the FDH pick at 1 a.m. So that opens up the possibility of taking that slot as well into consideration.
Yeah, I definitely think that's the right move against them, because 1 a.m. is...
Probably.
That's when...
But then there's a question, will you have the Europeans be there at 3 a.m.?
Yeah. It will be Saturday again, so
it should be Saturday, yeah. And it's after the time change as well. After we turn back the clocks.
Oh, so
yeah. It's even a bit earlier.
If it was on Wednesday, it would be...
Yeah, Wednesday would be game over. No chance we get enough people on a work day to stay up.
Yeah, but you'd also maybe catch KSC, like, with people going into work and stuff.
True.
I think it would go both ways.
Yeah.
I hope you could do it. Or TB if they go there.
Would be great.
That would be the biggest upset by far if that happened.
Probably. Making it in the top 6 would be quite big.
Yeah. I'll cross my fingers for you. I hope NW1 do it against WTP as well if they get there.
Same. Definitely.
That would be really fun if they could do that.
Yep. So then, FDH against WTP. What do you think?
I think both don't have the best coordination, or at least don't have the most proven coordination in FDH's case. But I feel like FDH just has a deeper group. No, it is tough actually. They're really closely matched.
They are.
I'm pretty sure it will be at 1 a.m. though.
Probably.
I don't think there's any way WTP pick 1900 or 2200, because it'll be like 4 a.m. in China or something.
Yeah.
And 1 a.m.'s, so they'll have to do 1 a.m. as their third pick. And that's perfect for FDH.
Yep.
So I'd slightly lean FDH either way, but especially because of that, I think I'd give FDH the nod.
Yeah, I would agree. It's definitely the safer pick, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, and FDH just have infinite heals because they don't play anyone during the season as well. I'm not sure WTP really played that many themselves.
Yeah, they didn't really play either this season, to be fair.
2 ATD matches, I don't know how deep they went.
And they had that one weirdly close IKW match.
Yeah, where they had like no participants in.
Yeah.
It was 7 a.m.
AKW with running with their whales running bows kind of backfired there, I think.
Yeah, I think FDH is the pick there, but again, it's another one where either one can win depending on certain things.
Yep. Then the next one would be BDR against KAC. I think I would just give it to BDR.
Yeah. I'd give it to them either way, just for coordination reasons, but the people they brought in
Yeah.
for UC as well. Like Your Nightmare and Cake and people like that, such strong additions.
Yeah, Cake definitely. Cake is like one of the accounts that KC will probably have problems rolling out as well if they can get her into a building.
Yeah, I've never seen a report from her. So I'm not sure how strong they are, but
I saw some a while ago, but I think it's close to max account as well.
yeah, fair enough. But BDR are just so good at the event, right?
Yes.
Are they the best alliance ever at AC? Is that controversial to say? Do you think Mad at their peak could maybe compete with them last season?
Well, yes. But I also think that N3O, like, do you go via, like, after consistent strength across the seasons? Or would you rather go and look at who can beat who the most? Like, I feel like N3O has been consistent for such a long time. And BDR has been consistent for all their existence as well. And beating N3O the entire time as well. I think even last season they won all matches against N3O.
Yeah.
So
I just think for AC specifically, BDR do everything to such a high level. And I think N3O do too, but maybe on rushing, they're a step below BDR. And rushing is just such a key part of AC. Like, even if you think people are scripting or whatever, it doesn't matter. In terms of, you put the two alliances on a map, who's going to play it the best?
Yeah. I mean, I think your statement can be controversial, but at this point, it just has to be assumed to be true.
Yeah.
No matter how controversial it is.
Well, we know it happens, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that's controversial, and there's just nothing gets done about it, so...
Well, yeah, I guess.
You just have to accept it as reality at this point, I feel like.
Yeah. But I think it's safe to say that they're probably the best Alliance Conquest alliance that's been consistently on the board the entire time.
Yeah.
They didn't manage to win it a single time though, but they've been consistent in every season so far that they played, while all the other winners like always rose to power and then dropped off straight after again. Right? If you look at Run, disbanded a few seasons ago. You look at Mad, who aren't playing this season. Maybe they come back next season and bounce back. I don't know.
It's a very subjective thing.
Yeah.
Because I feel like ATD and Run were coordinated too, but they won because they just had unbeatable accounts.
Yes.
I feel like BDR has consistently done the most with the least, if that makes sense. I feel like that narrative is a bit overblown sometimes, because I hear a lot about how BDR like don't have the accounts to compete, whereas nowadays they definitely do. But,
yeah, they definitely do.
But I still feel like they play the event at such a high level, which is just so hard to compete with.
And if you think about it, it's such a funny thing that every season they would have won, right? But then one challenger rose out of nowhere suddenly for that season, right? So last season with Mad, that they recruited so well during the season and before the season as well. But now you don't see them in the map again, right? And ATD now came into the Super League as well again, in a season where BDR would have won it as well, if it wouldn't have been for ATD, probably.
I feel like BDR will also probably think they can beat ATD. Or at least have routes to doing so. Do you disagree?
Probably.
You seemed very unconvinced about that.
I mean, I'm convinced that they think that they can beat it. I'm not sure just how realistic it is, right?
Yeah, I don't think
they,
it can happen either, but...
I mean, if you look at their roster now, is very similar to the last season's roster, right?
Yeah, incredibly similar. Even some of the accounts they brought in of like Chip Amari.
Yes. But then if you look at their competitor, which was Matt, and compared to ATD, it's just such a huge difference.
Well, like I said, like they were using the GSW account as like a main account swapping in, and now it's just a middling at best rally lead for ATD.
Yeah. So if you take that comparison, right, between the finals, PDR has a shot, yes, but a lot has to go wrong on ATD's side for that to happen.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not in BDR's hands to win it, but rather in ATD's hands to lose it.
Yeah, 100%. But I do think they can make...
to give it to BDR over KC, right?
Yeah, 100%. Got distracted there. I was gonna make a comment on the final, but I guess we can just leave that until we get there.
Yeah, we kind of already discussed the final, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess we can take it a bit quicker approach now on the last matches. And through ATD, yeah.
ATD easily?
ATD.
Yeah.
And then FDH against BDR.
I think it
has to go to BDR as well.
Yeah. FDH have the accounts to do it though, if they've made big coordination jumps. I mean, the biggest thing there would just be racing and reinforcing, maybe.
But I feel like FDH had that really good coordination last season with the OGS people in. But all of them are gone now. So I don't know how well the coordination is at this point.
You'd assume they'd just steal the systems though and just stick with it though, right? That's what I'd do at least.
Yeah. But didn't BDR beat them last season pretty convincingly as well? I don't remember actually.
I don't remember, but I do remember every season saying if like FDH get their accounts into buildings, they can beat anyone, but it just never happens.
Yeah, that's now that you say that, it's literally the narrative for every season.
Yeah.
FDH can do it, but they never do it.
Yeah. I think it's the 1 AM time slot is a problem for them because you don't get forced into making improvements. Like with our system here, when we lost to NW1 the first time, I made like so many little changes to like rushing and hive positioning and all this stuff. But with them, they don't have anything to like really kickstart them into making changes like that because they just roll over everyone. Even if they do make changes and they're like positive changes, they can't practice them properly or like iron them out. It's like if you do a messy swap against HBR and your reinforcements are slow on the swap, they're not gonna snipe it off you, are they?
Yeah,
it's just not gonna happen. So you don't get well drilled enough, I feel like, just because there's no competition. And I think when it comes to UC, that really shows, because BDR have to play at such a high level throughout the season every time.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that argument. They're just so untested the entire season long.
Yeah.
It's just basically handicapping themselves.
But their alliance is built around it too, though, because they're the only alliance at that time slot, so accounts go to them specifically because of that. I know when CTP dissolved, a lot of the CTP accounts that went there were like North American time zones, and they struggled with like 1900 events. So FDH was basically the only real reasonable destination for them.
Yeah.
So it is a strength just in terms of having whales, but it's a weakness for coordination.
Yeah, definitely. That's true. Alright. Then round 7, N3O against BDR. Don't think we need to discuss it really. We already...
Yeah.
Why didn't they meet before already in the season? In the UC season? No.
Not in here, but we've
No,
seen
but
it.
they met twice.
Yeah, we've seen it
Yeah.
twice, and BDR have improved their roster whilst M3O haven't.
Yep.
But both matches were so close, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, just rushing is such a big swing if M3O wins Castly when they didn't before. Just the first capture points alone, and then the bubble points, if you consider it as a swing, that's thousands of points, even if you lose it immediately.
Yep, definitely.
So M3O can beat them. It's just, I think, if you're doing predictions and you're doing it on who's most likely to win, has to be BDR.
Yeah. And then now you can make your point you want to make about the final. When I rudely interrupted you earlier.
I'm trying to even remember what my point was.
Oh no!
I'm not sure I remember it.
Aww.
Yeah, I'm not sure I remember it.
Sad times.
Yeah. But I do think BDR will go all out and try and win that. I'm just not...
Well, they got nothing to lose, right, in that match.
What, speed ups?
Well, yeah, okay.
But yeah.
But their season until that point, the UC season, will be fairly cheap. Like they have us, they have TBE, which will be cheap matches. They have ATD, which will probably be cheap for them. Then they probably have 3 expensive matches.
Yeah, those, like the losers bracket is very expensive. I think that must have played a big part last season, because Mad stayed in the winners bracket and just saved so many speed ups.
True, that could have been a part as well.
Because it's like 3 days between each match.
Yeah.
You're gonna go broke.
I mean, it depends on if you do the inner alliance rebel train kind of thing every day.
I guess, but
back up. But of course, it's just limited.
If you're beating M3O, you're using 100 days personal heals, like guaranteed.
Definitely.
Which, especially for like free-to-play players, especially with boots as well. Like free-to-play players having boots, you won't have any at that point.
Yeah, that's a pain. If you need to use diamonds to speed up, you're getting so slow.
Yeah.
As well.
But I think it's a simple pick with ATD. Their roster is beyond ridiculous. I feel like it's every UC season now where it's like, this is the strongest roster ever put together in a...
And it's like it feels a bit like the game is coming together to deny BDR winning the title. Every season over and over again.
A bit, yeah.
It must be so frustrating, man.
Well, they just need to start getting on their knees for some of these whales. It's that simple. Get some max accounts in.
Yeah, but I feel like the inner alliance relationship between BDR and a lot of other alliances is a bit of broken. Like they would never get reinforcements from the Koreans, for example, right?
Yeah.
The people in ATD, I don't know how the mood in ATD is regarding BDR, but I know that a lot of people in there are old, mad, or run people who aren't that friendly towards them either.
Yeah, I've never really interacted with BDR like at all outside of just saying no to Tanalin asking me to join for UC a few times. That's basically all I've ever interacted with them for. But I've definitely noticed there's, in terms of like anti-sentiment against them, in terms of any alliance in the game, there seems to be more of that towards BDR than anyone else.
Yeah, that's definitely a point. Man, I didn't really interact with them either outside of the official Discord.
Yeah,
But
I have no idea about any of the specifics about any of it.
Yeah. It's better that way, I feel like.
Yeah. I've only had positive interactions with the ones I've spoken to.
Yeah, they do have a lot of great peeps, but I must say that. But yeah, I feel like this pretty much wraps up the initial prediction of the UC playoffs.
Yeah, I think there's a few 50-50 matches in there.
Yep.
I think TB HOH is gonna be
I think that's the only match where we disagreed and picked differently.
really in the whole thing.
I think so, yeah.
I'm not sure if that means we're both very smart or if this is just very predictable.
Let's
Or
just
both
say
maybe very
we're pretty
stupid.
smart.
Yeah.
I think it's just fairly predictable outside of a few coin flip matches.
Yeah. I think TB HOH and then FDH M3O.
DPS VLB is another one of those, I'd say.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, technically NW1 against Risk can be a close one as well. But
Yeah, if we go all out, it will be.
yeah,
Maybe in the
Looking
third
forward.
round.
such a shame that it's at the same time as our match against TB. If the season goes as we predicted, would have loved to watch that.
I'm sure there'll be videos out there of it.
Oh yeah, of course. But Vlada will upload a video in like 3 months later, so I don't know.
Oh, poor Vlada. It's been bullied right at the start and right at the end of this video.
You won't watch it anyway.
It's like you've got a script where it's like introduction, conclusion, and it's just bully Vlada, with a bunch of stuff in between.
I'm sorry, Vlada, but I know you can take it, so it's fine.
Yeah, you can.
But yeah,
Yeah, I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Well, this was fun.
It was. Thanks for joining me today.
Yeah, maybe we can do it again in the future.
Oh, looking forward to it.
Me too.
All right. Have a good time.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
See ya.